welcome to this week's newsletter. And the first thing we'll be looking at is an interesting website of the Australian artist Robert Hagen. And after that I have the tip of the week, which is especially for watercolor beginners. And this is right from the very beginning. I'll show you how to lay down a wash correctly. We will also take a look at a very interesting question from one of the newcomers of our forum, and that was, how can he mix cerulean blue from other colors that he has in his box? And then after that we'll take a look at my special painting choice from the forum for this week as well. Robert Hagen sure looks like a very friendly guy and full of fun, and has such a very mischievous smile. A look at his gallery will confirm this. Here's an interesting concept, this black and white picture suddenly becoming full of color. Wonderful color combinations as he gets down to work. Aren't these paintings beautiful? Study his use of color and send him an email of encouragement. I'm sure he would appreciate it. When laying down a wash, it is best to use brushes that are similar to these. Definitely nothing smaller. The smaller you go, the more stripy it will become. And you also need the brushes to be able to pick up a lot of water so that you don't run out. On the left hand side is a synthetic 3/4 inch flat brush. In the middle is what they call a mop brush, squirrel hair. And the one on the right is like a pastry brush, but also very soft hair, which one can use for laying the wash down. So from here, let's start mixing some of the colors so we can start. When laying down a wash, one needs a lot of water, so I have a nice container. Old yogurt container has my water, and from here I'm going to be mixing up a color. I've opened up the two there, which is alizarin crimson and ultramarine blue, which I'm going to use for this particular wash. Ultramarine blue, let's put it in. Makes quite a strong mix. And that's for the sky, be a little bit on the blue side. So I'll take a little touch of alizarin crimson, put that in to just tone it down a fraction. The sheet of paper that I have here is 300 grams per square meter. It's a fairly stiff board. You can do quite a bit of work on this one before it even starts buckling. So I'm picking up with a mop brush quite a bit of, and I'm going to lay a strip across. Pick up enough. You notice there's a bead going across. When you do the next one, you want to pick it up and pick up that bead and bring it. Pick up the bead again, across. Pick up enough, pick up that bead. If you don't do that, it becomes streaky. Now there's my palette where I've got the 3 squashes here of Prussian blue, and just added some white, so I have this coming down, the Prussian blue. That one here is the cerulean blue out of the tube and coming down, and it's still not the same color. So I added a little touch of Viridian into this one. I still made it a little bit on the green side, and you can see from there it's not quite what it should be. And then I decided to add a little bit of Viridian, little touch. You can see very small touches into the Prussian blue, and add a little bit into, and then I got this color which I put down here. And then you can see that when I did that, put it down, cerulean blue out of the tube and my mix. Then I put some white next to it, put white next to it there. So you'll never get the cerulean exactly, but for all practical purposes, that there is the same as that cerulean blue, and when you add white to it, it's given me the same. So what it is, it's Prussian blue with a touch of ultramarine, a little touch of Viridian, and of course you have to add the white in there to get the mix, to get that out of the tube, because Prussian blue is much too dark. You have to get enough to be able to get the same tonal range as that, and then with that mixture I've managed to give you my mix of cerulean blue. I've used Prussian blue. Patello blue is a little bit darker, so you may have a slight, if you use Patello blue, you'll have to experiment ever so slightly, and you should get pretty close to the cerulean blue. As you can see from the previous palette, everything that you do is experimentation. Doesn't matter how long you're along the road, it's experiment, experiment, experiment. My choice of painting this week was a really difficult one with all the excellent ones submitted, but I have chosen this one by Travis. He painted this one during the live demo, and his handling of paints and brushes extremely well done. The water reflections are alive. It's just a pity the boat is dead center. A bit to the right would really have made it perfect. Well done, Travis. Well, unfortunately, that's all I have for you now. And don't forget to book for the class next week on the Flowers by Nolan. And we will see you then. So from my side, ciao for now.